Hello, 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 welcome back to the continuing adventures of Shadowblade. As he treks through the dungeon, where last we left off, I had done a little bit of abyss farming, gained up some experience, noticed that I had a few spare spell levels, and was like, hey, this is all a good reason to revise where I'm going next. So, given that... How am I on Firestorm? I'm not there yet, right? No, I'm not even close. I think for the time being, just hold the line. We're going to continue to gain more experience. And rather than risk ending my game, I'm going to go to Spider Nest for a little bit of free XP. So, before I attempt that, I'm going to need poison resistance. And I'd like to stick it on my cloak. What do you mean you don't know how to get there? Okay, that's odd. Take me to Elf at least. I'll take a look at the problem when I get there. Down the floor, down the floor. What the hell is that? Okay, so apparently they don't know how to get here. Which is just weird, because I was able to walk there pretty easily. Grab me a remove curse. You just burn in a fire, how's that? Yeah, I've got so many remove curses lying around the dungeon, it's ridiculous. Get rid of the cloak. Partially bound in armor. Poison resist. Drop the cloak of preservation. And we'll come back for this later. It's just the number of things that are going to damage my my preserved items inside of the spider pit are relatively low, whereas the number of things that are going to poison me are pretty much everything in there. So it's kind of a no-brainer, honestly. If I have to choose between these two. Ooh. Mod. I don't know what your deal is. I just know that I'm scared of you. Let's go ahead and get my crystal ball up. Are you... What's your status with regard to stabbing? Okay, then. So pretty useless to me, then. We're going to attempt to confuse a couple times. Okay, that succeeded way faster than I expected. Oh, but she got out of it pretty fast, too. We're just going to try and burn everything alive here. And pull whatever doesn't die. Can we stab while you're in a web? No, apparently not. Either that or she pulled out at just the right time. I thought we could stab, so yeah, probably just pulled out. Bolt. Bolt. Mana back. That drained my intelligence further. So at this point, what are we talking in terms of hunger? Pretty reasonable. Okay. Well, you're not immune to poison, so this should work pretty effectively against you. Boom. Dead. How are we doing for food overall in the dungeon? Pretty darn good, so that's not a concern. Back to the spider nest. Hey, you guys, come with me. If you want to live. Huh, just kidding. Heil Hitler. You're dead. Boom, boom. Next. Definitely going to want to try and go Mephitic Cloud stabbing against most spiders, since most spiders are in fact Mephitic vulnerable, or poison vulnerable, and therefore Mephitic vulnerable. And stabbing is a one-hit kill versus God knows how much mana I end up spending every time I attempt something else. Oh, let's see if I can't get the demon crawler. Yes, got him. And most of the other spiders too. That was a ensorcelled hibernation just for a quick kill. Boom, boom. Pow. Okay, and slowly but surely my intelligence continues to recover. Orb spider is down. Go the long way. Orb spider is down. recharging, I had to use it on something at some point. I think haste wand I used 1 charge of last time, so that might be what I was thinking of. Regardless, I don't think that I need to recharge haste when it's near full, and most likely will never get used again before I have the haste spell memorized. At which point I will doubtlessly still continue to carry it around with me, because I am an idiot. Oh, whoops. Never ever use Ensorcelled Hibernation on a trapdoor spider, because it just makes them jump back into the floor and go back to sleep. It's kind of cheap, but what can you do? Okay, that's most of them. Check this book. It is my 3rd book of cantrips this game, which is kind of frustrating considering that I still lack some important spell books and some important spells. But no matter. I'll just continue to kill everything in sight and a few things that I can't see. Oh, come on. Nope. Tarantala woke up. They all woke up. God damn it. Well, Mass Confuse and a couple stabs should put this right as rain. And unfortunately, now that I've broken stealth, I might have to fight my first actual demonic crawler. You know, as opposed to the instant death variety. Demonic crawler should be vulnerable to confuse, right? And very resistant is not the same as being immune. Or uncannily resistant or incredibly resistant. Okay, but he has resisted multiple attempts. Get back my energy. Okay. Clearly, it's going to be easier to just shoot the guy. Here's a fire for you to step into, and I'm just going to start punching you. Okay, now that you're running, I should be able to get a free stab. Yep. Suffused with power. Okay. A couple potions of mutation. My mutations are currently so beneficial that I would actually rather avoid any further mutating. Not to mention I would have to take off this fancy amulet, which is already cursed on, so, you know, not gonna happen. Wonder what this book is. Summon Dragon. That's not a bad spell. Certainly nothing I'm gonna go out of my way to pick up this early, but I'm glad that I have it available to me now. This is also pre-nerfs, so the whole you only get 1 dragon or whatever nonsense isn't gonna apply. Nessos. See if I can't sneak up all the way on him. There you go. Wow, that snuck up on me, that alarm. Alright, heal wounds. Sure, why not? What do you want to drop? Oh, wait. I intentionally dropped heal wounds at one point, right? Because I have the wand. Yeah, that was the logic I applied. That ass-backwards, asinine logic. Anything that needs identifying at all? No. Let's go ahead and drop all these scrolls of plus weapon. I mean, I don't see why I'm carrying them if I don't need to boost a weapon. Continuing through the spider den, it's a bit of a cakewalk right now, honestly, and that's I guess how it should be, considering that I'm like 6 levels higher than I need to be to face this place. More than that, I'm just throwing out numbers. Because this guy was already slept, I have to Mephitic to make sure that I don't get orbed. Go ahead and magic orb my health, my mana back. You'll notice that even though I initially wanted to go as a... Sorry, I initially wanted to go as an enchanter until I thought it through. But I never actually got rid of my evocation skill. Wow, that's a joke, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 books of cantrips. Yeah, but I never got rid of my evocation skill. This is why. Crystal Ball of Energy is just so damn effective, and I'm going to be eventually probably branching into also having the Staff of Channeling on hand. So, even as a blaster caster, I'm still going to be making consistent use of evocation skill. I remember there was a time when I didn't used to do that, and, well, there was also a time where I thought Sif Muna Channeling was the first and last word in mana back. Boy, was I ever wrong. That's why pencils have erasers, or whatever platitude it is that everybody always uses. Let's continue my trek. Ignoring that. You... Oh, why did I wake him up? Stupid decision. 3 attempts to confuse, and then we're just gonna drop the fire method. What are you gonna do? Got him. Eat the bread ration off the floor, stay engorged, and drop a floor. Boom! Arachne. Instant kill. Did not have to go so well, but I'm glad it did. Teleport trap. I'm on Spider 4, not Spider 5, so I don't have to be worried about, like, post-endgame level shit or Lamia or whatever. Not that I couldn't deal with it if I did have to deal with it. Let's drop... Wait. What is it? W? Control W? There we go. Drop a bread ration. We'll come back for it later if we have to. I think what I'll do is try and just do the whole of this floor and then go back to that bread ration I left on the floor and eat it. Thank God that... yes! Okay. Both of these are spells I wished I'd had before, but now that I have them, we're definitely going to take haste. I don't see the need for invisibility, honestly. I have the ring, which is already castable. And by the time I get it super castable, I'm not going to really be making that much use of it. But I'll hang on to it. You never know. I'm not about to get rid of it, certainly. Man, I was almost all the way to the demonic crawler. Unaffected by sleep? No, it's probably the cold resist that this guy probably has. Do you have cold resist? And fire. Oh, okay. That's pretty serious. Ooh, confused. Excellent. He's like the first time I actually managed to pull that off. Okay, they all woke up because of my inept choice of targets. You, sir, are going nowhere. Although, yeah, those orbs still hurt, like, pretty badly. Boom. Let's see how freaking... No! Okay, wow, you didn't notice me get caught in a web and rip my way out noisily, huh? 4, 5. Oh, 5 was enough. Awesome. Actually, with my stealth, it probably, instead of saying rips noisily, said, like, slips silently out of the web. Or something nice like that. Boom! Why don't you come hither? And I will heezy like a breezy. And if any of that made sense to you, congratulations, you don't speak English. Kill those. Oh my god, miscast? Yeah, the percent chance of a miscast is like 4%. That should not have miscasted. Try again. There you go. Okay, now that they're on me, get my mana back, get my mana back. There, that time I actually did get it back. Step away. Blast them all. Okay, Mephitic Cloud them all, and then stab them. It's plan B. Significantly more effective than plan A. Pretty much anything that I can get down to stabbable state dies fast, and anything I can't dies slow, because my mage power is still very limited, and my stealth power is almost maxed. Okay, if that doesn't work, we can try disintegrating the wall he's in. That will, of course, wake him up. And then we'll take him down. There was something I needed to amnesia, I don't remember what. I can get rid of Control Undead. I can get rid of Confuse, but I still make good use of that as a stepping stone. I should get rid of Confusing Touch. While there are enemies that I can use it on that I can't use actual Confuse on, it's becoming a lesser and lesser concern every couple minutes because I'm stepping further and further away from stabbing. He says as he stabs an orb spider. Okay. Clearly I'm moving further and further away from stabbing as I chase something down to stab it. My god, this is such a optimal little area. Okay, that's clear. Oh, this is the final area. This is Spider 5, so probably the staunchest resistance should be here. Let's make sure that I keep this Mephitic going so that anything that crosses through here gets nailed. Okay, are you immune to poison or something? Oh, they are. They're resistant to poison. Nah, that nice spider scorpion person. Let's give them some room to work with here so that I can hang them. They can hang themselves, sorry. Good old-fashioned confuse. Why don't you come at me? When you're ready to come and fight me, I'll be right here. Ensorcelled hibernation. Ensorcelled hibernation. Okay. Let us continue exploring the non-main area. I want to have the rest of the floor cleared in case of accidental, uncontrolled teleport. I say accidental because I have the spell. There's literally no excuse to turn on regen just because I've taken so much damage. God damn it. Okay, that was me making the same mistake I literally said just minutes ago not to make. Don't ever ensorcel, hibernate, or trapdoor spider. Stab, stab. Moving on. That's not a stab, and because that's not a stab, neither will the last one be. Oh! You're both hermaphiticable. Moving on. I just saw something say book in my, thingamabob. Oh, right there. There's the book. What is it? Party tricks. Yeah, that goes right along with cantrips for... Okay, apparently that's the first time I've gotten that. All is forgiven. All is forgiven. I mean, I hate the book, but RNG is not trying to fuck me up. Come on! Okay. Time for plan B. Fiery confusion. A lot less confusing, a lot more burning. Catch you while you're retreating for a free stab. Boom. You can ignore it, it's fine. You know what? Read the magic mapping scroll. I just want to see the floor ASAP. Eat it off the ground, because Lord knows we're never coming back to Spider 5 unless I absolutely have to. There's a wolf spider that has just woken up, but now it's asleep again. Scroll of recharging. What do you need to recharge? Just recharge it. Hasting. Sub max. But don't I have the spell haste now? Sigh. Mistake. Stab you. Okay, and I think that's a full explore. So let's head to the dangerous part of the level. Incidentally, this map looks like it was trying to be drawn to look like something, and I'm not sure what. But if that's the case, it'd be interesting to know what. Okay, you know what? There. Confuse the guy behind him. Boom. Fire. And just stab you until you're dead. And by stab you, I mean attack you, obviously. They're not all stabs. Hell, any creature that could handle 5 of these stabs in a row would have a frightening amount of HP. Hi everybody, I'd like you to meet Sir Buff. Come here. Go to sleep. Die. Go to sleep. Die. Heal mana. Confuse. Failing. Put down a fire. Go to sleep. Die. That ghost moth gives me cause for alarm, actually. Fire. Fire. What? Oh, it drains from LOS. I thought it had to get to melee range. Well, all these fires should help, so I'm going to hang on to them for the moment. Because, yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping for. It would enter the fight directly. Apparently, it can make me feel clumsy, though. That's unfortunate. Okay, fully drained, so time to run away. Like a coward. Crystal ball just drained my mana, so I need to run again. You can come upstairs with me, that's fine. In fact, I'll do you one better. Here, how about you step in this fire, and we go to town right inside the fire. Perfect, you're running. That's the way I like it. And he turns around to fight. So he gets a full life. And a fuller death. We're gonna turn off spellcasting. I don't need the spell levels that much, and if I was really worried about spell hunger, I would cure out of the intelligence drain that I have going right now. Although I will whip out the Dagger of Bonus to Intelligence to offset it somewhat. You seriously can't see past the fires? The hell? Stab. Stab. Ghost moths are still terrifying to me. I have no very good method of I have no consistent method of dealing with them. Merely a situationally functional method. Don't wake everything in the level up unless you have to. Stab first. Oh, this is definitely confusion material. Okay, that's a takedown. You're not resistant to sleeping, are you? Okay, he's completely unaffected, which is weird. Means he fell asleep and woke up somehow. Let's get out of here. Force you all to follow me. Oh my god, you're not able to open a door? What are you, pansies? Open the door for you guys. Drop the fire. Actually, I'll try and stay right here then. Resists, looks drowsy, is engulfed, stings but does no damage. Okay, so that failed. Confuse. That should work. Okay, but it only lasted like 2 turns, so... You know what? Bolt of fire. Just killing both of you. There we go. What? You're gonna use melee range orbs? It's gonna deal no damage at all, practically speaking. Come with me. Stab. Get my mana back. Attempt to stab. Stab. Come with me. Stab. Stab. Don't get your mana back. You're pretty good right now. All this ambrosia is actually going to be useful. Ambrosia gives you confusion, but it also gives you mana back. And assuming my clarity protects me from the confusion, it's basically just mana back, which is good insurance for a guy who's using crystal ball as much as I am. In fact, let's try it now, make sure I'm right. I'm not sure that it did anything. I'm not sure it gave me mana back, and I definitely don't think it, I mean, it didn't confuse me, that's a plus. It did say momentarily confused, which means Ashinzari's clarity is protecting me from it. Just finish off these assholes. I'm totally doing this like a... You know, even though I'm making the switch to mage in a theoretical sense, this whole branch I did as a stabber. With stabber spells and stabber style. Drop something that weighs a lot. How about a potion of heal wounds and a potion of curing? Okay. Things that were here aren't here anymore. And unless they're invisible... Well, no, if they're invisible, I'd still see them. Okay, Gossamer Rune of Zot. Boom! Gotcha. Okay, I has picked up a rune. That's 3 of the runes necessary. I have the choice now between winning the game direct or trying to do more before I go that route. Certainly just clearing the main dungeon should prove a useful exercise and a fairly safe way to get some more experience before I make my next committed decision. So back to the main dungeon floor. I shouldn't have done that. I should have gotten the tier 1 stab first. Oh well. Just one more spell. Okay. Man, how come I can't stab an inanimate object that's not doing anything? How come I can't see what's underneath the plant? Boom, boom. There we go. It's just food. Go for Cloak of Preservation. Swap those around. And incidentally, being partially bound in armor, I'm not even sure what I'm losing. I guess I'm losing a little bit of dodge stealth, but not a big deal, so might as well keep the partial bound status for the moment. I am losing the EXP gain that I would have otherwise had, but you'll notice my Ash Piety is maxed, or Piety again I would have been. But you'll notice my Ash Piety is maxed anyway, so it's all good. Anyway, that's enough for now. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time.